Hello YouTube fans, here again. We're going to do this one, I figure why not, as we now sadly lost a very good actor, that being Val Kilmer. I think about doing maybe a couple of films of the man himself being Val Kilmer, why not? So without ado, I'll do this one from 1995, that being Batman, or as they say, Batman Forever. Now, over the years, I would have ranted on this one, I would have shouted and swear, but I'm not going to be disrespectful because, in all fairness, Val Kilmer didn't do a bad job. Now, I have heard rumours when Schumacher was alive, I'm not speaking ill, of two decent people, because I do actually like Schumacher films. I like The Lost Boys, I remember reviewing that. I like Fall Down. I remember reviewing that, a very good unestimated film, with a very good actor being Michael Douglas. I do know originally Schumacher was going to direct Lethal Weapon, but we all know that was not the case. Richard Donner got the directing role, but I do like the fact that Richard Donner just do a love letter with the Lost Boys in one scene in the tacit original Lethal Weapon. But on this occasion, there was a lot of debate that when Val Kilmer got the role, that Val Kilmer was giving attitude, he was coming in late and so on. But I'm not going to speak ill of Val Kilmer because this is a funny story, right? I'm let people know this before anything else, because apparently when Buttman and Fobbing, as I call it, that would be a rant if I ever do that again. Apparently George Clooney had an attitude, apparently Michael Keaton had an attitude, so apparently every actor has attitude when it came to Schumacher. But again, I'm not a fly on the wall. But I do know that Val Kilmer had a bad experience when he did Batman Forever, and that's why when they got to the next one, which I call Buttman and Fobbing, Batman and Robin, I'll be honest then, that's why they owed it to George Clooney. No, I've got nothing against George Clooney. Rewind back what I said, I've got nothing against him. I like him in some of his films. My favourite film will always be From Dusk to Dawn. Always will be. But in all fairness, I felt George Clooney was miscast. Nothing against George Clooney, but I just think he was miscast. Because to me, it felt like George Clooney dressed up as Batman going to an Halloween party. It's like me dressing up as Superman going to an Halloween party. It's Peter dressed up as Superman going to an Halloween party. And when he's Bruce Wayne, it's just George Clooney. But in this, I had no problems with Val Kilmer. He changed the Batman. He wasn't trying to act like another Michael Keaton. He wasn't trying to act like Adam West. He wasn't trying to act like another actors from the 30s who played Batman. And when he was Bruce Wayne, he made it his own character. He made it his own. And even if it's true what was going on, whether he fell out with Schumacher, we'll never know because Schumacher's sadly no longer with us. I still think he did a good performance. Now, there was a lot of issues at the time why Michael Keaton did not appear in the third Batman film. One, it didn't agree with the directions of Schumacher, because we all know that Tim Burton did Batman, and in '92 he did Batman The Return. And what it was a lot of mummies and daddies were whinging because of the toy figures in McDonald's. They felt they were too violent for kiddies. But you know what? In all fairness, Batman The Return was not made for fucking kids. Mummies and daddies, get over it. In America, get the fuck over it. They were not made for kids. So Water Buffers wanted to make it kiddie friendly. They didn't want the 15 rating and all this. So Tim Burton, they pushed him to leave, and they wanted Schumacher. Now, rewind what I just said. I like The Lost Boys. I like Fall Down. But this was a bad toll. And nothing personal with Schumacher. I know he's sadly no longer with us. Even Schumacher admitted it was a bad toll. Even he admitted it was a bad toll. He wanted to make it like the 60s Batman with Adam West, Tampy and all this. And I said it before in an interview. I said it before that at the end of the day, you can't make something from the 60s from a different era. It's a different era, it's a different time. You can't do it. But in all fairness, I just said it. I think Val Kilmer does a good performance. I like the song by U2. I like the song from A Kiss from a Rose by Seal. My only issue is the Wriggler. I'm not a lover of Tim Taddy. People may like him, some people may not. People might love me for saying that, people might hate me. But to me, Tim Taddy, I've got nothing against him, but to me, he's just a poor man, Robbie Williams. And I do know originally the role was going to be different to Robbie Williams as the Wriggler. So that kind of pissed me off. I do like Two-Face. I think he does a good role. I do know originally it was going to be the one from Batman. We all know played The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Deadeye. He also played with Sylvester Stallone in Nighthawks. Originally he was going to play the role as Two-Face. Why? I don't know. Tommy Lee Jones, I don't mind him, but I would have loved to see what it would have been like and it would have been the other actor. Then you've got a lot of other date stars as well. The music's a bit different than the music from Batman and Batman the Return, but I could deal with it. I assume it would have been the original Batmobile, but I don't mind it. And it's like I say, I think Val Kilmer does a good role. You still got some of the original tasks like Missing Jordan, the Butler, and all that, and so on. I wish they brought back Tim Passenger's role because instead you got Tom Cruise's ex-wife. Fuck it, I'll just say that. So you got Tom Cruise's ex-wife. There's bits where I feel they make a character a bit slutty. And it's like, why the hell did you not just bring in Tim Passenger? Why not? But I do love the bit where she's rubbing onto his chest. He says, it's the costume, innit? Chicks dig the costume. I like that. And I do actually like the bit where, bear with me, I've got something downstairs. We've got a washing machine. When it finishes making a vacuum, it has to make a fucking weird noise. Like, fuck it's off. Where was I? I do actually like the story of how to get Robin into it. To me, was Robin really needed? Hit me with the Batmobile. Was fucking Robin really needed? I always thought it was annoying in the 30s, the 40s. It was even doubly annoying when the 60s so come out. But I sort of dealt with it. I like the idea of how they did the story where it was in a fun fair, the family gets killed, and Robin's just stood there, and then he shows him how he becomes Robin. I kind of like that little touch to it. I do actually like that touch. So I do like that. I do like the fact that they changed the bat outfit compared to how it looks from the other two. There's bits near it with Robin, and I swear, I fucking swear that's like the 60s, where Robin says, "Oh, goodness gracious, Batman." And then Batman does like a little bit like Adam West. I'm not sure if it was a love letter from the 60s, but I swear, I could be hearing things. But I'm fucking certain there's a scene where Robin says, "Goodness gracious, Batman." Just like in the 60s one. I was expecting to see Bow Bing Rang, you know, when the words bow up when they get into a fight scene. I was expecting to see that like in the 60s one, maybe hear the 60s music, do 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 do. Seriously, I was expecting to hear that. So they go to the Batcave. Tim Teddy's got this mind thing where he can fuck with the mind. He gets caught and he ends up being a mental scion. I can't remember if Tommy Lee Jones gets killed, but I do know they fish it in. I do know there's a few extra scenes there where he just trying to break out, and I do know there's a deleted scene I fucking wish was in the film. Because there's a bit where he's having a fast bat when his family gets killed, and there was supposed to be a big gigantic bat, and there really is a deleted photo with Val Kilmer. I think as Bruce Wayne, where he stood next to the big bat monster, stood next to him. Why the hell did they delete that? Why? I don't know. Maybe Schumacher, again, wanted to make it more kiddie friendly. Maybe he felt the die dressed up as the big bat monster with the fighting kids. I don't know. But I just wish that was in the film, because I do know it is a deleted scene. But again, you got a beautiful song by Seal. I got the tears by the walls on my head. You got another date song by YouTube. So that's why I'm not going to rant this film. I'm not, because I'm not going to be disrespectful of Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer's not the problem. Whether it was true what was going on backstage is a different story. But I still think he played a good role as Batman compared to George Clooney, where, well, just rewind what I just said. I do think Val Kilmer does a good performance. I just think it was a bad mistake that in my eyes, it's not speaking ill of the dead, but I do think even Schumacher admitted this, trying to make it like the 60s Batman, trying to make it kiddie friendly to Peace Water Buffers and the mummies and daddies from McDonald's from the day when Batman the Return come out. It was a big mistake. It was a big mistake, but I still don't mind the film for what it is. It's a bit tampy, but compared to Batman and fucking Fobbing, I'll choose Batman Forever any day of the week. Any day of the week. So for that, because it just has some good points to it, I'll give it a 3. I'll give it a 3-star. I would have ranted on this years ago, but it does have some good points to it. I just wish Tim Burton as his director. I think Val Kilmer, rewind back, does a good role as Batman or Bruce Wayne. I do like the song YouTube. I like the song by Seal. I'm not going to sing it again. But Robin I can do or do without him, but it's still interesting. I do know originally it was a different actor in Batman The Return, but that never got to be. I do wish Robbie Williams got the lucky role as being the Riddler, because I do know in '89 he originally was going to play the Joker, never got the role, which is a shame. Granted, I do like Jack Nicholson, which is kind of a shame that they give Tim Curry the role, because to me, he's just chewing the scenery. I'm sorry, he's chewing the scenery. This is my opinion. But I do think it's too dull. I think, like I say, I do like the look of the Batmobile. I wish they kept the original theme to Batman, that theme. But all said and done, like I just said, it's a hell of a lot more better than Batman and Fobbing. So that's Batman Forever. I'll be fair on it. I'm not going to rant on it because Val Kilmer's sadly no longer with us. And I keep saying it. I keep repeating it. Val Kilmer's not the problem. I think he still does a good Batman. Is he as good as Michael Keaton? I'm not going to be disrespectful because I think, in my eyes, I think Val Kilmer is making Batman his own. He's making it his own, whether he's Batman, whether he's Bruce Wayne, he's still making that role his own. So into them, be smart, be safe. I think of more Val Kilmer films to talk about. Into them. See you later.